My child, pause for a moment and listen carefully, because something unusual is happening right now. You did not arrive at this message by accident, and the moment your eyes landed here was not random timing. There was a quiet whisper moving through the unseen places of your life, a gentle but undeniable pull guiding you here at this exact second, because heaven has been trying to reach you. The noise of the world has been loud, the distractions endless, the worries pressing on your mind. Yet through all of it, there has been a signal trying to break through the silence. Right now, in this moment, it is as if a phone has begun to ring in the spiritual realm, and deep inside your spirit, you can feel it vibrating, waiting, calling, waiting for you to answer. My beloved, I am calling you right now. Will you answer? You may not fully understand why your heart feels stirred as you hear these words, but something inside you already recognizes this moment. There have been signs recently, small shifts you could not quite explain, thoughts appearing in your mind at unusual times, moments where you felt watched over even when circumstances seemed uncertain. These were not coincidences. They were signals. The reason this message has appeared before you now is because the timing of your life has entered a moment of alignment that was prepared long before you realized it. Heaven has been arranging pieces quietly, gently guiding your path, and now you stand at a moment where something hidden is about to become clear. My child, listen closely, because what I am revealing to you now has been forming behind the scenes for longer than you realize. There were delays that frustrated you, doors that seemed closed without explanation, opportunities that slipped away when you thought they were meant for you. You questioned the silence and wondered if your prayers were heard. But what you could not see was the preparation taking place beyond your sight. Timing in the divine realm moves differently than the clocks of the world, and sometimes what feels like delay is actually protection, alignment, and preparation for something greater than you imagined. If you can feel even a small spark of recognition in your heart right now, type Amen if you receive this message. My beloved, the call that is reaching you now is not about fear, and it is not about pressure. It is about awakening. Something within you has been ready for a new level of clarity, a new level of understanding about the direction of your life. Recently, you may have sensed that certain truths are slowly being revealed around you. Hidden intentions in people, hidden motivations in situations, hidden answers in places you had not noticed before. This is not accidental. When the moment of alignment arrives, light begins to uncover what was once hidden. What once confused you begins to make sense. What once delayed you begins to reveal its purpose. Stay with this message, my child, because there is something deeper unfolding. The call you feel right now is not simply a message, it is an invitation. A moment where you are being asked to become aware of what is shifting in your life. For some time you have been moving through a season that felt uncertain, almost like walking through a fog where you could only see a few steps ahead. Yet even during that fog, you kept moving forward, even when you doubted yourself. That persistence was not unnoticed. Your endurance has positioned you for a moment that many people miss because they stop listening too soon. Right now something is beginning to move quietly in your favor. Small changes are starting to align, subtle doors preparing to open, conversations that will carry unexpected meaning. It may not look dramatic at first, but when divine timing begins to unfold, it rarely arrives with noise. It begins like a whisper, a shift, a sense that something unseen is guiding events into place. if your spirit feels that something is changing. Comment yes if your heart feels this truth. Dear family, before we continue, I want to share something important. Recently our channel was demonetized by YouTube, which means we no longer receive earnings from these videos. Yet every message here takes many hours of prayer writing, recording, and editing. Our mission is to bring hope and encouragement to those who feel lost, lonely, or overwhelmed. Without support, it becomes very difficult for us to keep creating these messages and continue running this channel. If these messages have ever helped or inspired you, you can support this mission through the links in the description or the pinned comment. Buy me a coffee. Even a small contribution helps us continue creating these messages and reaching people who need them the most. Thank you for your love, support, and prayers. God bless you. Now return to the stillness of this moment, my child, because the message has not finished unfolding. The call you feel right now continues to echo in the quiet spaces of your spirit. You may have noticed recently that certain things in your life no longer feel the same as they once did. Situations that used to hold your attention no longer satisfy your heart in the same way. Conversations that once seemed important now feel empty. This is not confusion. This is awakening. When destiny begins to stir, your spirit starts recognizing what truly belongs in your life and what no longer aligns with where you are being guided. My beloved, there is also something else being revealed during this time. The truth about certain people and situations around you is slowly becoming clearer. Some intentions that were once hidden are now easier for you to sense. You may notice subtle realizations appearing in your thoughts, moments where you suddenly understand something that previously confused you. This clarity is not meant to bring anger or fear. It is meant to protect you, guide you, and help you walk forward with wisdom. You have asked for direction before. You have asked for answers during quiet moments when no one else could hear your thoughts. And the response to those prayers is beginning to arrive in ways you may not have expected. Sometimes answers do not come as loud announcements. They come as realizations, as peace, as sudden understanding. Right now you are entering a season where those realizations will increase. If you trust that timing is unfolding exactly as it should, write 11 if you trust God's timing. Stay with these words, my child, because there is still something more being revealed. The reason this message reached you today is because you are standing close to a moment of transition. Not a sudden chaotic change, but a shift where the direction of your path becomes clearer than before. The confusion that surrounded certain decisions will begin to fade, replaced by a calm sense of knowing what step comes next. Many people miss moments like this because they rush past them, distracted by the noise of daily life. But you were guided here so that you would pause, breathe, and recognize the call reaching your spirit. The question is not whether the call exists. The call is already echoing within you. The real question is the one placed before your heart right now. Will you answer? Answering does not mean perfection. It does not require having every detail figured out. It simply begins with awareness. Awareness that something in your life is shifting. Awareness that your path is aligning with a purpose you may only partially understand right now. When you acknowledge that shift, doors begin opening in ways that feel almost surprising. You may soon notice opportunities appearing where you once saw obstacles. Conversations that once seemed ordinary may suddenly carry important meaning. Even small moments can become turning points when the timing of your life aligns with the unseen guidance surrounding you. My beloved, do not be afraid of the unknown steps ahead. What feels unfamiliar now will soon become clarity. What feels uncertain now will soon reveal direction. This is why you were guided to hear this message in this exact moment, because your spirit was ready to recognize the call. And if something inside you right now feels a quiet but powerful confirmation, a gentle sense that these words are reaching deeper than ordinary messages, then let that moment become your response. Declare, I receive, in the comments if you feel this truth settling into your spirit. Because the call continues, my child, and the next chapter of your journey is closer than you think. Something is shifting. Something long prepared is approaching the moment where it becomes visible. The path that once looked uncertain is slowly beginning to reveal its shape, step by step, moment by moment. And the reason you are hearing this now is because you were meant to recognize the call when it arrived. Listen closely, remain present, and allow these words to settle gently into your heart, because the call has already begun, and heaven is waiting to see if you will answer. Type 777 if you believe something is shifting for you. Because even now, my child, while these words settle into your spirit, something deeper continues to unfold beyond what your eyes can yet see. The call you sensed only moments ago was not the end of the message. It was only the beginning of an awakening that has been forming quietly in the unseen places of your life. Many times you wondered why certain seasons felt longer than expected, why progress seemed to slow when you thought you were moving in the right direction, and why answers sometimes arrived later than your heart hoped. Yet what seemed like delay was actually preparation, because when destiny begins to move, heaven arranges moments with such precision that nothing arrives before its appointed time. My beloved, you may not have realized it before, but your spirit has been learning to recognize truth more clearly than ever before. The experiences you passed through were not meaningless chapters. They were shaping your ability to see beyond appearances. Situations that once confused you now begin to reveal their deeper purpose. The moments that once felt like setbacks are quietly transforming into stepping stones. And right now, as you continue listening, there is a gentle realization beginning to rise within you that the path ahead is not as uncertain as it once seemed. There are things aligning around you that cannot yet be fully explained in ordinary ways. Conversations will begin to carry unexpected meaning. Small opportunities will appear that feel strangely significant. Even moments of silence will begin to hold answers that previously felt hidden. When divine timing begins to move, clarity does not arrive all at once like a loud announcement. Instead, it unfolds like the first light of dawn, slowly revealing the shape of the horizon. My child, the reason your spirit feels drawn to remain here with these words is because something inside you recognizes the sound of truth. Deep within your heart there is a quiet awareness that this moment matters. You have been asking for guidance, sometimes through spoken prayers, sometimes through silent thoughts that only heaven could hear. And now the response to those requests is beginning to unfold piece by piece, moment by moment. Stay with this message and listen closely, because there are things being revealed that will help you understand the season you are entering. Not everything around you will immediately make sense, and that is intentional. The mystery of divine timing often unfolds gradually, so that faith has room to breathe and grow stronger. When every answer appears instantly, the heart never learns the deeper language of trust. But you, my beloved, have been learning that language quietly through the experiences you thought were ordinary. Some of the people around you will begin to show their true intentions more clearly in the coming days. What was once hidden behind polite words or unclear behavior will begin to reveal itself through small but undeniable moments of truth. Do not be troubled by these revelations. They are not meant to disturb your peace. They are meant to protect your path. When light enters a room, shadows naturally disappear, and in the same way clarity will remove confusion from your life. You may also notice that certain doors that once seemed permanently closed will begin to open in ways you did not expect. These openings may appear small at first, almost easy to overlook, yet they will carry a quiet sense of confirmation that something important is moving. Pay attention to those moments. Often the greatest shifts begin with what looks like the smallest step. My beloved, the call you felt earlier was not simply an invitation to listen. It was an invitation to awaken to the alignment that has already begun forming around you. Heaven does not call without purpose. When a call is sent, it means the moment for movement is approaching. It means that what once remained hidden is preparing to step into the light. Right now, while you are hearing these words, there is a gentle strengthening happening inside your spirit. The doubts that once lingered quietly in your thoughts are slowly losing their hold. The uncertainty that once felt heavy is beginning to lift, and in its place, there is a calm but powerful sense that something meaningful is on its way. If you can feel even the smallest confirmation rising within your heart right now, let that moment become your declaration of faith. Type Amen if you receive this message. My child, there are still deeper things to understand about the season unfolding before you. For a long time you were walking through a phase where answers seemed distant and progress felt slow. That phase was not punishment, and it was not abandonment. It was a time of alignment. During that time your character was strengthening, your patience was deepening, and your ability to recognize truth was quietly growing. Now the results of that preparation are beginning to appear. What you once needed to learn has already been placed within you. The strength you once asked for has already been formed in your spirit. And the wisdom you once sought is beginning to guide your decisions in ways you may only now be noticing. The reason this message continues to reach you is because heaven wants you to remain aware during this moment of transition. Many people move through important turning points without realizing what is happening around them. They rush past opportunities that were meant to guide them forward. But you are being invited to remain present, to listen carefully, and to allow clarity to unfold at its natural pace. My beloved, there are blessings that were delayed not because they were denied, but because their timing had to align with something greater than you could see at the time. Sometimes a blessing must wait until the heart is ready to carry it. Sometimes opportunities must wait until the path ahead is clear enough for them to flourish. And sometimes the waiting itself prepares you for something far greater than what you originally imagined. This is why your patience during uncertain seasons mattered more than you realized. Each moment you continued forward, even when the path felt unclear, was building the foundation for what is now beginning to unfold. My child, I want you to notice something quietly happening within you right now. As you listen to these words, your spirit is becoming calmer, more attentive, more aware of the deeper movement around your life. That calmness is not accidental. It is a sign that your heart is recognizing the truth being spoken into your life. Hold on to that calmness. It is the same peace that will guide you through the next steps ahead. because something is approaching that will confirm the shift you are sensing. It may appear through a conversation, a new idea, or an unexpected opportunity that feels strangely aligned with your inner calling. When that moment arrives, you will recognize it not because it is loud, but because it will carry a quiet certainty within your spirit. If your heart is beginning to sense that certainty now, comment yes if your heart feels this truth. My beloved, do not underestimate the significance of small confirmations. Often they are the language heaven uses to remind you that you are not walking alone. The guidance surrounding your life has been present long before this message reached you, and it will remain present long after this moment passes. Continue listening carefully, my child, because there are still deeper layers of understanding unfolding. The call that reached your spirit earlier is still echoing, still inviting you to move forward with trust. It is not demanding perfection, and it is not asking you to know every detail of the path ahead. It simply asks you to remain open, attentive, and willing to recognize the moments when destiny quietly knocks at the door of your life. And those moments are closer than you think. If you trust that the timing unfolding in your life is guided by something greater than coincidence, write 1111 if you trust God's timing. My beloved, as the days ahead unfold, remember this moment. Remember the quiet awareness you felt while hearing these words. Because there will be times when you look back and realize that this was the moment your spirit first recognized the shift that was already beginning. The call was sent. The message reached you. And now heaven watches gently to see how you will respond to the invitation placed before your heart. Stay present, my child. Continue listening closely. Allow these words to settle deeply within you. Because what is unfolding in your life right now is only the beginning of something far greater than you can yet imagine. And the next revelation is already drawing near. Declare, I receive, in the comments if you feel this truth resting in your spirit.